Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, ladies, and maybe some gents out there that are sneaking onto our Superwoman Thursday hangouts because they are so badass. They are so rocking. The last 2 weeks, literally, ladies' minds have been blown. Uh, and this topic today couldn't have came at a better time, especially since we've been going through a lot of marketing stuff, a lot of technical things, a lot of tools and strategies that have been creating amazing results. But sometimes when we dive into this stuff, it can feel a little bit overwhelming. And I was actually having a conversation with Trina, who will be watching this hangout when she gets back from picking up. I think she's picking up her daughter. But yeah, she was talking to me today, and she says, you know, there's so much going on right now. I feel like, it's just kind of craziness. And I said that, well, that is the perfect reason why you should be meditating, and why it definitely needs to be a priority for us. And you'll hear this Superwoman preach it a lot because we know we know how overwhelming our lives can get, especially as women, as wives or mothers, some of us grandmothers, caretakers. It can be a lot for us to handle. We have very broad shoulders, us ladies. So having this strategy, having this practice in your life to release it, to relax, to truly connect with your inner self, this is something that is the game changer. All the strategies, all the tools, and the cool technology that we teach you, this is this is really the defining factor of whether you can master it, because it all comes down to mastering yourself. And we are our worst enemies at times, especially when we're learning new things, is those moments of disbelief. And a lot of us on the panel, I know, are going through different things in our lives, and at different moments and at different experiences, and going through struggles or going through difficult health challenges. I know I'm hoping that Pam gets on here because I really want all of us to send some virtual healing energy out into the world for her. Oh my gosh, there's an upside down baby. Talk about pattern interrupt. I love it. That is the life of a mompreneur. That is how Superwomen rock around here, and it's amazing. I look at that screen and I see Greta with Forrest there, and it just kind of reminds me why we're all here. And I think a lot of us can connect with that. So I want to introduce you to my panel. They are amazing ladies with amazing stories and incredible inspiration to me, each and every one of them. Let me go over to Candace over in Hawaii, who I am so excited. I just scheduled my life coaching session with. Woohoo! I can't wait till next weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun. So come on out here, Candace, and just tell us a little bit about your experience with meditation.
Hi, Layla. Candace Box here, and I'm really happy to be here with you ladies. I'm always just thrilled because it just warms my heart seeing each of your faces. Personally, it's like we're here, even though it's virtual. I have begun meditation a long time ago. I started about when I was 22, and it saved my life. It allowed me to regain a lot of the pieces of myself that I lost because I became so numb to life. And it helps me to just quiet my mind, and I know that when I practice it more, all of a sudden there's like no thoughts. There's nothing roaming through my head, and if there is, it's something that I need to pay attention to. It's like, okay, wait, this isn't healed yet, so what's going on here? And it helps me to just kind of see it for what it is, observe it, and then understand it better and kind of dig deep and process through it. And the easiest way to kind of process through my thoughts is to ask questions like, where is this coming from? Who does this belong to? And then if it's not yours, it starts to disappear. Or if it is yours, it just brings up a memory of maybe where it came from. And then physically, oh my goodness, I know that my body, I do a lot of massages, and for me, my body aches all the time. So when I can sit in meditation, it's like everything just relaxes. I go through the same kind of meditation that you do, Layla, where you just go through each body part from head to toe, and it's like I just tell it, relax, just relax, and it just kind of starts to go, and one of the biggest physical aspects that I get from the meditation is actually I feel this pull in my heart. It's like this glowing, warm sensation that starts to just kind of ignite itself. And when that happens, I'm learning from Heart Math. It's this amazing book. It's you're igniting your heart brain, and it's where literally your real mind is. It's coming from your heart, and then it starts to just warm your whole entire body and makes you just feel more alive rather than in your head and thinking about this and that. And so that's been my my experience with meditation, and it's basically a way of life for me. When I don't do it, it's like my whole day is kind of off. So it's medicine for my soul.
Totally, totally medicine for the soul. And it's interesting that you brought up the heart, because I think that had been kind of one of our topics, or had come in one of our discussions on these hangouts with Sahara, who was talking about your heart set, because we talk a lot about your mindset, and she was talking about your heart set and really tapping into that crazy infinite energy source that is inside of us, that is keeping us alive. It's really powerful, and I'm so excited that we have Candace here to give her knowledge, because she is so experienced. She's been doing it for so long and worked with so many people that it's awesome to have someone that we can turn to as an expert. I don't know, I wouldn't call myself an expert. I do it for myself, and I've led some guided meditations. I guess maybe I would. When you do a guided meditation for like 2,000 people, and then they all open their eyes and they're all bawling, something something happened in that room when we were at that event, and it was definitely a magical moment. But it all started just on a personal journey, just something I wanted to do for me, and something that I was struggling with, and internal dialogues and the lies that we tell ourselves, and just battling those mean girls inside of my head. And meditation really helped me with that. Let me keep going down the line. One of our incredible coaches who was spearheading this 21-day meditation challenge, and it was like had to happen. There was no taking no for an answer. She's like, I will do everything. I will make sure that everyone knows everything. I will get everyone registered. We are getting everyone involved in this. I'm not taking no for an answer. And basically, she spearheaded this whole movement to invite all of you ladies to participate in this meditation experience with us. So Cassidy, come on out here and share your experience with meditation.
Oh my goodness, my experience with meditation, it started out as this thing where, like you said, it was just a personal journey, and I had come in contact with a friend, or I should say I made a friend through work who was really spiritual. And at this point, I'm really starting to dive into the secret. I'm starting to really change the way that I think about the world, right? And this was before I even started my journey with internet marketing. This was kind of the catalyst that made me kind of say, okay, I need a change in my life. And I remember watching The Secret, and after I watched it, I cried, because I just thought this was what I needed in my life. This was the missing link. It made me understand everything. And so on that journey, I dove into meditation, and my first guided meditation was down in Seattle at this free meditation event. You just like put $5 in the little, I can't even think of the word right now. But either way, you sit down, and it was a room full of people I didn't know, and I'm sitting on this little mat, and I was so freaking uncomfortable. It was not even funny. I had never meditated before. I had never even thought about it. I always grew up with chatter in my head, in the house. I mean, you know, there was never silence. And if it was, I was uncomfortable. So my first experience with meditation made me extremely uncomfortable. My legs fell asleep. I was just so uncomfortable. But it was funny because when I really think about it, listening to the people that would go to this thing every single week, they started really talking about how meditation was almost like their therapy. And it almost became this, the more I listened to things, it was, you know, they would start out with, it's been 5 days since I meditated. And I thought, oh my gosh, am I like in a support group? What is going on here? I have no idea. And then, but, you know, it was anything from, you know, getting the thoughts out of their head to interacting better with their children. And the more I listened to people, I really kind of understood what meditation was for them. So I really had to figure out how it fit into me, how I was going to do it. And it wasn't until my first boot camp that we, you know, dove into meditation, and we did the guided meditation with Deepak Chopra and the So Hum, and it was just like, this is what meditation is supposed to be like. It just really created that space for me to be quiet. And I dove into this 21-day meditation. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Shanika Journey, because she is the one who was like, hey, we should kind of follow along with this, because I threw out the link. And I was like, heck yeah, let's do that, you know? And now that we've dove into it, I've cut a video every day. I fell off the meditation wagon, like, for 3 days, and I didn't even meditate. And then I was like, you know what, Cassidy? Hold yourself accountable. Get your butt back in it. And I meditated, like, one after the other. I just did them all because I just felt like, you know what? This is here for a reason. It came up at the perfect time in my life. And it's been crazy. The more I meditate, different things happen. Different physical things happen to me. Like, this is going to sound absolutely weird, but when I am completely in the gap, sometimes it's like I can't even feel my body. Like, I know it sounds bananas, but, like, it's just complete, like, weightlessness. And it's not like I'm, like, having an outer body experience where I'm looking at myself or anything, but it's just, I can't even explain it. And sometimes, like, I see colors, like, when I'm closing my eyes, and I don't know what that means, and I don't know if I'm completely insane, but I do know, like, that happens to me when I am completely in the gap. I know that I'm completely in there, in that place where I'm actually doing the inside work that I need to do, when there is absolutely no thoughts. It's just, and it almost feels like I just step out for a minute, and then, like, the little ding, and I'm awake, and I'm like, what just happened here? You know?
I love the ding. Yeah, for sure. And you know, it's interesting that there was a couple things that you said there that I really wanted to point out. And you were talking about the first time that you meditated, and in your life up till that point, the silence was uncomfortable. And I think a lot of people feel that way. They feel an uneasiness when there is silence. And that's why sometimes we're so resistant to actually quieting our mind. Really, really awesome testimony, and huge props to Shanika. You rock, girl. I'm sure she's going to watch this replay eventually. Or maybe she's live with us now, I'm not sure. So I wanted to, with that being said, I wanted to bring up a question that came up, and we can kind of all address this, but it was Candace, and she said she feels like she's still not getting it, you know, like she's not getting to, what did she say? I feel like I do not get to where I am, where I need to be in the meditation. Sometimes she falls asleep, which is totally okay. Some people think that that's bad. It's not a bad thing. That's okay. And then other times she can't get thoughts to go away, even when she's repeating the mantra. So she says, I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong. Am I doing it right? I used to do another meditation, and I had the same problems, and I get frustrated, and then I don't bother doing it. So this is something that's really common. You know, most people have a lot of trouble quieting the thoughts in their mind. It is natural. Like Cassidy said, you have this chatter, and most of us just feel like it's normal, right? We've never opened the door to an alternative. So it takes time to learn this. One of the things, and I love that Cheryl brought this up in the Facebook group. If you're over in the Facebook group, I'm looking at it now, on the thread, she said she had a teacher who said to control your mind and don't let any thoughts come, which I disagree with, because we want to keep an open flow. One of the most powerful concepts that I learned that helped me so much with my meditation, so much with finding that peace, was the word allow. And allowing thoughts to come, accepting that they're there, and just allowing them to flow, rather than getting all frustrated when they pop up, like, oh man, there's another thought, I'm supposed to be meditating, here comes all these thoughts, they keep popping up. Rather than allowing yourself to get frustrated, Candace, you allow them to happen, you accept them, and you release them. So it's really really a powerful thing. What else did Cheryl said? I love what she said. Let the thoughts come, acknowledge them, and let them flow on by. That honestly is the best way to handle your thoughts. And meditation is like a muscle. It's a skill set that you have to practice. You have to do it consistently. And the more that you practice this muscle, the stronger that it will get. So I don't know if you guys had any 2 cents to give to Candace there.
I'll give a 2 cent real quick.
Sure.
I definitely have to say that for me, actually having that verbal permission to allow thoughts to come and go was huge for me. That made the difference in my meditation, because it was kind of like that thing I didn't understand and I didn't know. I really hadn't been doing it very long, so I was focusing so hard on on meditating that I wasn't meditating. And so just to actually have that verbal cue to me to say, allow the thoughts to come and go, be unconcerned, was a huge thing for me. And I definitely wanted to touch on another thing that you had to say, Layla, was that, to keep out the thoughts and don't focus on them. I think I think at the root of what meditation is to be completely self-aware of those things. When we're self-aware of those thoughts, Candace asks herself why. I'm a big why. I'm a big self-reflector. I need to know why so I can fix it. So when you're in that moment, don't try to push them away. I think I liked what Wayne Dyer had to say was, on the stock market, when you see all those numbers flow by, he said those are like your thoughts. And you can pick and choose which ones you decide benefit you or not. But you're aware of them, you're cognizant of them, you see them. So those are just little nuggets that I had to say about that.
Sweet, I love it. Let's, I don't know, Greta turned her camera off, so you never know what could be going on in the Campagnola house. Hey, there she is. She just pops out of the dark like that. That's kind of creepy, Greta. Are you okay to come out here and share some of the feelings, the experiences that you've had with meditation?
I'm okay to come out, yeah.
Okay.
I'm good. Is it okay that, can you see me clearly?
Yeah, we can see you.
Okay.
You kind of look like you're in the dark. A little creepy, but it's okay.
I can turn on the light.
No, it's fine.
I just feel like since we're talking about meditation, I always like to be in the dark. I just absolutely love everything that has been shared here so far, and just like listening to just like the real experiences from all of the ladies here so far. My meditation journey has been just an amazing journey as well. I think when I first started meditating, it was because of you, Layla. And it was, back when, almost a couple years ago now, when we first started this group, and you had I think you had just given us a link to one of Deepak's meditation videos on YouTube or something, and we were to meditate and then cut a video afterwards and self-reflect and share, and that was it for me. It was like the beginning of basically, for those of you who don't know who I am like busy mom of half a dozen kids, and it gets kind of crazy. I definitely feel like it was something I was missing, having that quiet time for myself. And actually, you know what? It just triggered a memory for me, because I knew I was so hungry for that time for myself, for just to have quiet time to myself. I remember back before I had kids, I didn't want to have any time to myself. I didn't want to have any time within the thoughts of my own mind. It wasn't a safe place for me a long time ago. It was just I just wasn't able to find anything very positive to. I didn't love myself. It just wasn't a safe place. And then once I became a mom, I started to gain a better respect for myself. It was probably the first moment that I experienced any sort of empowerment, feelings of feeling empowered, was the moment I became a mom. And then I remember years later just getting tired, more and more tired, and not realizing how tired I really was, and not realizing that I so needed that time, that space and that time to just tap back into myself, to that source within, that love within. And I finally, there was a moment where somebody actually passed me a CD, a meditation CD. They obviously could see that I needed some time to myself, and asked me. Can you hear that noise? I don't know if anybody else can hear it.
Yeah, I think it might be someone's microphone. Let me see if I can. Can you guys mute your mics out? Just not letting me mute people. So.
It's all good. I can't hear it anymore. So yeah, I had this CD. I still actually have it today, and I attempted to start meditating. And I remember the first moment when I had two children at the time, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I need like 15 minutes. Can you please give me 15 minutes? I'm gonna go in this room. I just need some quiet time, and I'm gonna meditate. And I remember putting the CD on and thinking, okay, this is it. This is my moment. I'm gonna feel better after this. And I put it on, and I started listening, and my heart was pounding. It was like, you know, just the stress of the moment of just being so overwhelmed with just the everyday of being a mom. Sometimes it gets overwhelming, and it was one of those moments, and my heart was racing, and then all of a sudden I started to hear the noises again and the kids, and the quiet time just wasn't going to happen at that moment, and I got so mad. I remember getting so mad and just freaking out, and I felt like I was freaking out even more because I wanted that quiet time so bad. Like I was trying to force it. You know, I was forcing myself instead of just letting go. And that's where, you know, fast forward back to when you know, you first gave us that video. I was at a better place. I was more comfortable as a mom, and I was really ready. I was really ready, and I was able to create that time. And as my journey went on, and as I did it more and more and more, in the beginning it was hard. I was still not really able to quiet those thoughts and everything. And now I'm able to completely, just as soon as I hear that voice whoever I'm listening to, whatever meditation I'm doing, it's like instant. It's just instant. My mind, my body. I love everything that you said, Cassidy. I so could relate to that and that numbness and that feeling sometimes. Sometimes I'm so relaxed that all of a sudden, and I'm conscious of it, right? And I'm conscious of that moment when I can't feel a thing. Like I'm just my spirit. That's all I am, is my spirit, and I'm not this spirit inside of a body, a human body. I'm like, it's hard to explain. I'm just my spirit being, and all of a sudden I'm like, I wonder what would happen if I just tried to move my foot because I can't feel it, and I'll move it a little bit. I'm like, okay, I'm still here. But yeah, it's just, meditation is like my everything. I absolutely love it. It helps me sleep. It helps me be a better mom. It helps me gain clarity for where I'm going in my life, and I'm obsessed with it. I love it. So thank you.
Well, that's awesome. That was a great story and an interesting evolution. It's funny when things, they happen at the moments that they're supposed to happen. If you had found meditation, well, maybe you had exposures to meditation in your earlier days and were resistant to it. So it found you. It found its way to you at the moment that you were ready to receive it. Now, I don't know if Linda is there. Linda's in Papua New Guinea, and I'm pretty sure like how it works there is they buy credits to get on the internet, and she is such a trooper. She downloads all the videos, all the replays, all the calls over in Papua New Guinea, and she has a troop of of incredible ladies that are over there that might be listening as well. But Linda, are you there? We can't see your face, but she keeps freezing and coming in and out, so I can't hear her. Okay, we're gonna keep going to Rosa because I want you to meet Rosa. I want you to hear Rosa's story and really take notice. This is something that is really important to me, and something that I have been very interested. Toby and I both have been very actively researching different practices for treatments and different practices for people that are dealing with chronic pains. And I'll let Rosa tell you her story. But meditation to me, and I'm going to share some interesting, really exciting facts that I've recently uncovered and dug into, and reading these research papers. I'm like, oh my God, am I reading a research paper? Is this really happening? But I was so intrigued by it. So I'm going to share that with you in a second. But I want you to meet Rosa, and for her to share with you how meditation has helped her deal with, one of the most challenging times of her life. So Rosa, come on out here and share your heart and soul with us, girl.
Hi, y'all. Can y'all hear me okay? Oh, I can't hear you. You can hear me? No? Oh, great. Can't hear me? No?
We can't hear you, Layla, either.
Oh, I was muted. Okay, maybe she's gonna come back in. Rosa, maybe, I don't know if you can go out and come back in, or if you have a microphone on your laptop, or if you have a headset like this that goes into your phone that you can plug in. But try and come back so we can plug into your story. Let's go down to Sahara over on the other side of the world as well, who also has to work with dodgy internets. You've got to love it. But Sahara, share a little bit about your experience with meditation and how it's really the effects that you felt in your personal life. Oh, we can't hear you either. Still nothing. Did you put those through the washing machine? Oh, okay. Third time's a charm, Trisha Lee. Third time's a charm. Okay, ladies, if you come back out here, we'll bring you back out here in a second. I know Trisha Lee is here, and she has been cutting videos and sharing her breakthroughs, and I'm so excited that people are taking this challenge seriously. They're taking the experience and they're sharing it with other people, because I really do feel like this is a message that needs to be shared. So Trisha Lee, come out here and share your experience, especially in the 21-day meditation experience so far, how it's been for you.
I love cutting the videos for it. Can you hear me?
Yay, we can hear you.
Yeah, I think, what an awesome bunch of content to use in marketing too, right? So I love Oprah and Deepak. So awesome. This meditation, it's really, I was doing meditation regular, preparing for my premiere on the teleseminar, and then after I did the call, I kind of waffled off on it because I was like, okay, well, I got through that, so, and I kind of forgot that, hey, this stuff is good for me, I should be doing it. And then when I did it a few times in between, but when this 21-day challenge thing came up, it brought me back into, okay, let's do this every day. And I do struggle with it. I have a brain full of storminess that is really hard to quiet. And I noticed trying to do the mantras, I'd be off into my little dream world, and all of a sudden I'd be like, oh, what was I supposed to be saying? And I just go revert back to the old so hum, because I would forget what I was supposed to be saying. I didn't want to have to like open my eyes and look at the screen to see what I was supposed to be saying. So I just I quit doing that and just went to what I knew. But super valuable stuff. I know I was introduced to meditation. My sister-in-law, awesome lady, is a Reiki, however you say it, master. And so she had actually given a CD of Deepak to Larry's mother when she was ailing in the hospital. And I don't think she ever looked at it. And she passed away. And when she passed away, we got the duty of cleaning out her apartment, and all of her stuff kind of ended up in our storage area. And within her stuff was this Discman with this Deepak Chopra CD. And on it, it was a different kind of meditation, because in that meditation, you were to sit with your feet touching the ground. And then I still have it. I should look at it again once this 21 days is over. I think I'll go back to that, because it was a different experience. And I actually have found that doing it laying in my bed all comfy, yeah, sometimes I fall asleep. And so I've been doing it before bed and then in the morning, so that I'm fresh with the material before I cut on the camera. And yeah, it's just meditation. I see it as being such a power. It's like connects you to your power source, and because it brings you to awareness and keeps you present in the moment. And I have some other activities that I do in life that I feel that I get that presence and connected in the moment. Like when you're playing music or working with horses, you have to be present in the moment because you can get hurt. So but it's a little bit more powerful when you're relaxed doing it than when you're doing it in an activity, because like I feel myself slipping into the gap sometimes with my work and with activities, but it's not the same as when all your muscles and stuff are relaxed. So I think that although I feel that power and presence in the moment with some of the activities that I engage in, it is not that same power that actually provides healing to the body. When you're relaxed and you're present in the moment, then that unleashes that awesome healing power that we all have in our immune systems. And so I just absolutely love it. I'm so grateful to Cassidy for introducing this to the group, and I wish that more ladies were taking advantage of what Oprah and Deepak have put together, because it's very, very powerful.
Definitely. Awesome. And I really think that you were talking about the different ways to meditate and how sometimes you're sitting. I actually did a really powerful meditation the other day that was just in one of my meditation apps on my phone, and it was a walking meditation. So you were doing this meditation as you were walking through nature, and it was just, oh, I felt like so connected to the entire earth. It was totally amazing, and it was something that I'd never done before. So we're constantly trying new things, and that was actually one of Keisha's questions. Some people have trouble, like you said, with the mantras. They're like, what was that? Shri Hum Nasa? Like, they can't remember it, and then they get all hung up and they break their concentration, and they worry about this mantra. So there's a lot of different ways to do meditation, whether it's Keisha was talking about setting your intention. So maybe going through a guided visualization of something that you want to create in your life, a moment, a success story, you up on stage with your family, and the look in their eyes. And this is something that we've gone through together, as well as these guided visualizations, these meditations. I'm going to be sharing with you, with your assignment today, something. I know you're going to love this one, Cassidy, because you were talking about all of the colors that you see when you meditate, and this is really common. And I'm going to share with you a meditation that just really allows you to harness those colors and make them into something really amazing and beautiful. Let's just make sure. Let's see if we have Rosa. Rosa, let's test it out. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Rosa.
1, 2, 3. Can you hear me?
Can you hear you?
No, you still
can't hear you.
You still can't hear me.
We still can't hear.
What is the deal?
Food.
Okay,
Technology.
Yes. Let me try another set of headphones.
Well, while I'm here, yeah, they're not working.
Okay.
Okay, if you somehow get it back, tell us. While I'm here, I want to show you guys something. I'm going to actually share this on the thread in the Facebook group. Here I am in the Facebook group. If you're not a member of the Facebook group yet, then I don't know what you're waiting for. Superwoman Connection here on Facebook, and all of this incredible awesomeness. But here's the thread that I'm talking about here. I'm going to, I wanted to share it here. So Toby and I have been doing a lot of studying on different treatments, especially for cancer. I feel like it is just... They can hear her? I can't hear her. Oh. Everyone else says that they can hear her.
I got that same message. I can't hear her either.
Okay, well, let's tell her story. Okay, Rosa, people say that they can hear you, so we'll just... where's my thing? Oh, okay. We'll just run with it and let you share. Oh, she's gone now. Okay. Well, if she comes back, we'll go into that. So yes, I am troubled by the amount of people that I know personally, my friends, people my age, who are dealing with cancer, and I feel like there is so much out there that is just being stifled as far as different treatment options and alternative medicine. So I was doing some researching, and this is where I actually read the published journal, and I was reading through. It was all scientific-y. That's not a word. Scientific-y. But basically, I'll post this link here for you guys. But it's basically talking about how this mindfulness, how relaxation and meditation is altering the cells for cancer survivors. So it's something that they call, and if you read it, the telomeres. And I'm not a doctor. I don't pretend to be a doctor. It's just something that I've seen. And this is actually, I'm a university dropout who was going to be a doctor. So I don't know if that qualifies, but I don't think so. But anyways, these telomeres, they're little like beads of protein that are in each of your chromosomes. And so what they found is that these people who were meditating on a daily basis and going to these workshops, these meditation workshops, were, after 3 months, they could see measurable differences in the lengths of these telomeres. And these telomeres, they actually extend the life of your cells. So once your telomere runs out, I don't even know if I'm saying that word right, telomere runs out, this little piece of protein, that's when your cell starts to die and it starts to decompose and break down. So the longer that your telomeres are, the longer your cells will live. So they're seeing that these telomeres are growing and they're actually longer and breaking down slower in the people who were meditating on a daily basis and going to these workshops. So my mind was blown because, you know, we talk about meditation and a lot of people, they kind of brush it off and it's like this hoopla thing that, you know, it's, oh, okay, you know, one of those Om things for those culty people. But when you have this documented science stuff, I'm like a science junkie, right? I don't know, maybe it's that, you know, I used to want to be a doctor in my days. But this stuff, it's seriously, let me post this so you ladies can check it out because I know. Oh, Pamela says you're saying it right. Thanks, Pamela. Yeah, so this is definitely something that gets me excited when there is documented scientific proof of what we've been trying to say. So, of course, I'm sure the Cancer Research Center will put out some sort of article that's disproving that because that's what they do. But let me go to Rosa. I don't know. Can we hear you, Rosa?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes. I finally figured out what was wrong is I didn't have Layla on my circles.
Oh,
That's
well,
what the problem was.
now it's all better. It was really weird because people that were watching it on the website said that they could hear you, but we couldn't
Oh,
hear
really?
you. It was really strange, yeah. So, anyways, I was just sharing some of the research that I've been doing and some of the awesome, exciting things that I've found with meditation and some journals and scientific proof and all of that awesome stuff. But let's hear it directly from you, Rosa. What's your experience been like? We'll share a bit of your story and then what your experience has been like with meditation.
Okay. All right. Well, as Layla was saying, I've been going through a really it's been I can't say it's been a fun journey, but it's definitely been a great journey. I'm, in a way, grateful, you know, for everything that I'm going through. I am going through cancer, and I decided to go ahead and take a traditional medicine instead of going alternative, and I did struggle quite a bit trying to make that decision. And as I shared on one of the calls, that the reason I didn't go traditional, I made up all kinds of excuses, but bottom line is that I was scared that I wouldn't be able to be strong enough to go through it. I've been meditating for quite some time. I would say for years. The thing is until I really met Layla in Florida, I really wasn't meditating. My thoughts of meditating was actually like praying the rosary, because that is a form of meditation. Adoration, you know, when we go into the chapel and we're actually communicating, you know, with the divine, and it's a quiet, very unique experience, and I've been doing that for years. So, but I had never really stopped to, and to me that's what meditation was. I started really looking at meditation in a different way when I met Layla. And I'm so glad, you know, we were talking about everything happens for a reason, and I'm so glad that I did, because it has really, really changed my focus. It's changed my life, and it has definitely saved my life, you know, through this whole year. A couple of things is we were talking about going to sleep. I found myself going to sleep quite a bit in the beginning, and I attributed that to my body needed the sleep. My body was so tired, you know, that it needed that rest. And the thoughts, I didn't know how to stop the thoughts. I always had something going through my head constantly, and again, I was going 90 miles an hour, and wasn't stopping to think and process things. I'm a multitasker and was processing too many things at once. I have definitely learned through this meditation, especially last year, to look at the thought and just let it go by. If it pertains to me, and I always pray before I start meditating, and I'll explain why here in a little bit as to why I do that. I pray, that if there's something I need to clear, that those thoughts come through in the meditation, and that so that it's something that I can work on. And if those thoughts are not of me, then they just pass by, and okay, I see that, and it just goes on, which is hard to do sometimes, and I'm still working on that. I definitely have not mastered, the technique of meditating, but it has gotten better. I kind of lost my train of thought there, sorry. I was trying to meditate at the same time. I had a lot of trouble with meditation, again, because of my Catholic upbringing, because they always tell you not to do that, or not it's not meditation, but it's, they say not to meditate because you're going into a different realm. You're going into a different realm in a different state of mind. So you're actually, and I say they, it depends on who you're talking to. I'm saying just in general. So I was having trouble, and as far as the Deepak, I have heard all the girls talk about going through those meditations. I have a confession to make that I did not meditate with Deepak up until this 20-day challenge, because he is so known for being a New Age person, and I was still having a lot of problems with New Age, stuff. But since then, I've really come a long ways. And I know I'm kind of jumping around, a little bit. I've really come a long ways, from my way of thinking. I'm aware of a lot more things. You were talking about doing a walking meditation, Layla. I find myself meditating even the short walks from the car to the inside of the grocery store. I'm not able to move as fast as I normally would, so in every step that I take, I'm aware of what's around me, more. I am aware of, I can hear people on the sides, and it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain that you're there, you're in the moment, and you see what's going on, but at the same time, you're kind of out there looking in. You're from the outside looking in as to what's going on. And I find myself doing that a lot in different things. I started, and it's really funny that it comes right at this time, that the 21-day challenge comes at this time, because I also watched The Secret, as Cassidy was mentioning earlier. I also watched The Secret again. I watched it several years ago, and something prompted me to look at it again, because I've been rereading The Greatest Manifestation. And all those kind of came into play. So it's funny how we perceive one thing, and it ends up being something totally different. And that's like Deepak. I had in my mind set listening to somebody else, what he was supposed to be, and I didn't investigate for myself until this time that I've started listening to my own thoughts a lot closer.
And a lot of that comes from, how you were raised your entire life. These sort of blinders of what is real perception, and what we were taught or what we believe is not always as it is. And so, going in, I totally can, I can relate on some different levels, but can still relate to those preconceived notions that you have of something, because of of a certain way that you were brought up, and
Correct.
that's really powerful, just to have that awareness and that openness to experience it still,
Oh,
and
yeah.
to not let it stop you. And I think that that's one of the biggest changes I've seen in you, Rosa, is, yeah, you acknowledge that it's there. You acknowledge that, okay, I have a resistance, but it's not going to stop me. I'm still going to do it. And I'm going to allow it to do its work on me, and do the best that I can. So that's awesome.
It's been really great. So I decided the first few days of the 21-day challenge were really difficult. I couldn't do the mantras. That's the part that I had the problem with, is doing the mantras. Not so much the meditation part, but saying the mantras and staying focused with that. So I decided, okay, I'll just adapt it. I'll adapt it, to something that I'm comfortable with. So I first started with, okay, I can't say the mantra, but I'll say Jesus. So I graduated with that, and I started feeling the actual relaxation that I was feeling, when I've meditated with you on the guided imagery type things. And then I said, okay, let's go one step further. Since I'm talking about or reading The Greatest Manifestation, and they're talking about the I am, concentrate on I am. I said, oh, I don't know if I can do this, but I'm going to try it, because I know I thought of the burning bush, Moses in the burning bush, and I said, okay, he said he is the great I am. To me, that's so self-centered. I don't know that I can do that, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I graduated from Jesus to I am, and it was really trying to see what the secret was talking about, about the great or the I am. And it's not what I thought it was going to be, because it is more liberating, and it's not focusing on you. It's really focusing outside of yourself and to more of service to others, is what I got out of just the mantra of the I am. And it started putting together the head and the heart in that meditation. I don't know.
There's a powerful connection that happens in the mind and the heart when you go into meditation, for sure.
I agree with Cassidy on the when you really start getting into that gap, and I don't know that I have really gotten completely into that gap, but I do know that the colors most definitely become more vivid. I am aware of little tiny sounds around me that I normally would not have heard before. But the thing that it has done the most is the releasing some of the stress. It has really helped release a lot of the pain, because there's a lot of pain involved, and so it helps through the pain, too. It has been an incredible experience, and I have to say that Deepak was totally opposite of what I thought. I have absolutely loved going through the challenge, and I'm so glad that I pushed through and did it. I really do. It has been a godsend, to be able to see it, for what it really was, and not what I had perceived or I had allowed others to condition me with. It's been great.
Well, that's an awesome testimony. Yeah, that's a great story. And you're talking about. Can you guys see me? Yeah. My computer's freezing up. You were talking about the pain, and it's really interesting. When I was pregnant with Beatrice, I went through a hypnotherapy course, hypnobirthing, and we did a lot of meditation, a lot of guided visualization, and a lot of deep relaxation. And the instructor, was showing the correlation between tension and pain. And tension is caused by worry. It's relieved by relaxation practices like meditation. So when your body is at a totally relaxed state, you actually don't experience the pain. And that's where a lot of the pain of childbirth comes. I mean, yes, there was still some pain. You can't really avoid that, but the extreme pain that some women experience comes from the tension. And where does tension come from? A lot of times it comes from fear or anxiety. So when you have fear or anxiety, your body tenses up and you experience pain on a higher level. So if you're going through something like Rose is going through, or you're going through any sort of recovery process, or painful chronic pain processes, or anything like that, when you can truly relax your body, there are so many documented cases of pain relief. I think the baby just woke up. It's sort of Toby's little feet running up the stairs. I want to, before we get going here, because it's almost 11 o'clock, my computer is going super slow right now. Come on, girl. You can do it. Okay, so it doesn't want to show my screen. Maybe it will. Let's see. Can you guys see my screen? Can you see it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes? Okay. So
Yes.
I'm going to go, hopefully this works. Oh no, I copied the link. Yes, I'm so smart. Oh, baby crying. Okay, so I'm going to post this. This is your homework. This is your assignment. And I know we're all doing a Deepak meditation, or some of us are doing it. But I want to take you down a little bit of a different path. And this is a variation of the meditation that I did for the hypnobirthing. And I did this meditation all throughout my labor. Again, a variation. The one that I did was kind of more targeted to a pregnant woman and, experiencing all of the stuff that happens during labor. But this one is not. So this one is cool that you're going to get a chance to check it out. But yeah, this is probably one of my favorites for deep relaxation. I do this almost every single time I'm in the bath. I do my rainbow relaxation, and the colors are so vibrant for me. And you ladies are talking a lot about your colors. So I want you to do this relaxation, this meditation here in the thread. If you're not part of the Facebook group, you obviously have to plug into the Facebook group. It is 100% free. It is the most amazing community of women you will ever meet in your entire life. And here you will find your assignment. So I want you to listen to this relaxation, this meditation, and I want you to cut a video. What do you know? I want you to share your reflection on it, some of the feelings that were created, some of the if challenges or blocks came up, I want you to share that. And I think it's really important that we're talking about our experiences with meditation so that people aren't so resistive to it. People really are willing to say, okay, well, I tried it before and it didn't seem to work for me, but maybe I should try it again. And I think that when we can encourage people to do that, it becomes, like we said, the ripple effect. So what else did I want to share? Let me just see. Oh yeah, I loved your question, Trisha Lee, about the matrix of manifestation. So I pulled up the definition of the matrix. So I really don't think that they were talking about like the movie, but the definition of the matrix is an environment or material in which something develops. So if we're trying to create, we're trying to manifest our desires, we're trying to manifest, just like The Secret is talking about, if you've seen that movie, when you're trying to manifest it, the matrix is yes? Okay, I'll be 5 minutes. The matrix is the environment that surrounds that. So the environment that we're creating for this manifestation to grow. So ladies, I've given you your assignment. Sorry we didn't get Alicia, I love you. I'm gonna cut it short though, because my baby's having a freak out mental meltdown upstairs and we'll be struggling. So I'm going to sign out. Let me just come back to you guys so I can look at you face to face. There we go. Okay, ladies, I love you. I love all of your experiences. I know the ladies got a ton of value. They were in the Facebook group saying how much they love this hangout, and it's really awesome to hear such different perspectives and different experiences. But it's so insane that a lot of them are very similar, and a lot of us have had similar serendipitous moments when meditation has found us. So consider this your invitation to get started today. Start with the assignment in the Facebook group. It's a great place to start and plug into the meditation challenge. I don't care if you missed the first week. Start now. Make a decision now. So, ladies, I'm gonna sign out and go help Daddy upstairs. I love you. Peace out, ladies. Click the button. Get plugged into
Love
the
you.
Facebook group for show. And these ladies are rad. You definitely want to know them. All right. Love you. Bye.